There's something uniquely humiliating about being fired from a job you helped build, especially when the person doing it smiles while shaking your hand. The meeting lasted 6 minutes. Budget cuts, they said. Nothing personal, Andrew. But it was personal. You don't cut the guy who recruited your top clients. You don't cut the guy whose name is on the original business plan. Unless, of course, you're not just cutting, you're clearing space. That was Evelyn's move. She joined our firm 3 years after I co-founded it. Sharp, magnetic, the kind of woman who turns a room into a stage the second she walks in. We hired her for her pitch work. She could sell snow to skiers. But somewhere along the way, she started selling herself to the board, and I didn't see it. While I was managing accounts and keeping the business afloat, she was lobbying in whispers, cozying up to investors, telling them I was burned out, rigid, lacking vision. I only found that out months later. By then, the knife had already landed. The board voted me out. Evelyn got promoted, and I walked away with a watered-down severance and a non-disclosure agreement. But here's the thing about NDAs, they only protect words. They don't protect silence. And silence, that's where the planning happens. I didn't go scorched earth. That's what she expected. A public tantrum, maybe a lawsuit, a bitter LinkedIn post she could screenshot and pass around in private Slack threads. I gave her none of that. I disappeared. I sold my loft, moved 30 miles out to a quiet rental in San Mateo and went dark. No online rants, no interviews, no explanations, just enough of a vacuum that people wondered if I'd cracked. But I hadn't. I was studying. Evelyn had stepped into my role, taken my office, even recycled my pitch deck. I know because one of my old interns forwarded me the slides. Same layout, same client strategy, even the closing line. We don't chase trends, we shape them. Word for word, no credit. She'd grown bold, too bold. But I didn't want her to fall quickly. That's not revenge, that's an outburst. What I wanted was slow, public, inescapable. So I started watching her. I created a new LLC, fake name, fake founder, fake city. Blue Row Insight, sounded tech-forward, niche. Exactly the kind of boutique firm that Evelyn's team liked to court as collaborators. 6 months after she fired me, she got a message from us. We're exploring agency partnerships on behalf of a stealth mode consumer brand in wearable tech. Love your aesthetic. Let's talk. And she did. Because Evelyn never met an ego stroke she didn't lean into. We set the meeting for a Thursday at 3 p.m., video call, polished deck. A fake brand called Pulse R with placeholder buzzwords, and a logo I had designed by a freelancer overseas for $25. Evelyn joined the call 10 minutes early, camera on, smiling like she'd already won the account. "This space is so exciting right now," she said. "We've been looking for clients just like you." Her confidence was surgical. That had always been her skill, making you feel like she was revealing you to yourself. It used to be charming. Now it was gasoline. On the call, I was Mark Lindsley, the brand manager for Pulsar. I wore a pair of glasses I didn't need, altered my voice just slightly, and used a digital background. She never blinked. We discussed potential partnerships, strategy, budgets. I let her talk, let her sell, let her reach. She offered discounts, dedicated team members, even hinted at moving her firm's schedule around to accommodate an agile onboarding. That's how badly she wanted it. And I gave her the most dangerous thing a desperate person can receive: hope. After the meeting, she emailed twice, then 3 times. Then she CC'd her director of strategy. I waited 6 days. Then I replied, "We're impressed. We're shortlisting 2 agencies. We'll be in touch very soon." That was all it took. She was hooked. 2 weeks later, I sent her the bait she wouldn't resist. A request for proposal document. Looked official, corporate, competitive. I even mocked up a fake NDA with Pulsar branding. It was vague, full of non-committal language, but just clear enough to feel real. I made sure it included a line that said, "Selected partner will have access to our closed-door investor preview next quarter, with the potential for long-term equity collaboration." I knew Evelyn couldn't ignore it. Her firm wasn't bleeding, but it was plateauing. She'd lost 2 mid-size clients in the past 6 months. I knew this because I'd kept tabs on her Q3 client roster via a friendly and underpaid sales rep. Her board wanted innovation, She needed to look like a rainmaker again. So I gave her a cutting-edge startup poised to land funding, and I made sure she bit in front of everyone. She presented Pulsar to her board as an inbound client, claimed she'd built the relationship herself, sold them a new vision for tech-forward expansion, pushed budget allocations, hiring shifts, project delays, all centered around this one mythical client. I didn't even have to leak anything. She did it herself. All I had to do was watch her tighten the rope. By the time December hit, Evelyn had already assigned a full team to Pulsar. 3 creatives, 2 account managers, 1 data strategist. I know because one of them, Dan, used to be my guy. He called me out of the blue, sounding exhausted. "We're doing 20-hour weeks for a client that hasn't signed anything. She says it's locked, but it all feels off." I played dumb. "Who's the client?" He hesitated, then, "Some wearable tech thing. Pulse, something?" I told him I'd never heard of it, and hung up. That same week, I sent Evelyn a progress nudge from my Mark Lindsley inbox. "Appreciate the pitch deck revision. Can you turn around a rebrand concept by January 3rd? Want to show the new direction to internal decision makers?" She replied in 7 minutes. "Absolutely. We'll treat it as top priority." And just like that, she pushed her real clients to the side, overworked her team, sacrificed hours and reputation, chasing a client that didn't exist. Meanwhile, I planted seeds, quietly. I emailed an anonymous tip to her board's audit committee. "You may want to verify Pulsar's incorporation before committing strategic resources. Their web presence was registered 3 months ago. Their executives don't appear on LinkedIn." I didn't accuse her of anything, just whispered a question. And in business, doubt travels faster than fact. She must have felt it, the shift in tone from above. It started with her CFO, Darren, asking for a sit-down. He wanted clarity on the Pulsar deal timeline. That's what a friend from inside told me. Evelyn smiled, reassured him, spun something about NDAs and stealth rollouts. But Darren wasn't stupid, so Evelyn doubled down. She emailed me, Mark, asking for a formal letter of intent. Said her board needed something concrete to finalize vendor priority for Q1. I obliged. I gave her a sleek, official-sounding PDF with an ambiguous signature block, fake legalese, and just enough typos to cast doubt if anyone read it too closely. She forwarded it to her board that night. 4 days later, one of the board members had a tech consultant vet Pulsar's identity. Didn't take much. A reverse whois, a domain registry ping, a check of California's LLC database. Nothing matched. Her phone rang at 10:22 a.m. on a Monday. That much I know. By 3 p.m., her access to the company's master drive was revoked. By Thursday, they'd quietly removed her from internal communications. The official line was, "Evelyn has taken a leave of absence to address a personal matter," but we both knew what it really meant. They'd realized they'd bet the firm on a ghost. And she was the one who handed it the keys. It was 11 days after her leave of absence began when she finally reached out. A restricted number rang my burner phone. I answered. Said nothing. Her voice cracked through the line like a ghost chasing its body. "I know it's you." I didn't say a word. "The client, the emails, Pulsar, all of it. You did this." Still, I said nothing. I wanted her to fill the space, let her unravel in real time. "You're a sick bastard, Andrew. You couldn't just let it go?" And that's when I finally spoke, calm, cold, surgical. "You didn't let it go, Evelyn. You took what I built and used it to gut me. You thought I'd disappear." "I didn't ruin you," she snapped. "You were already—" I cut her off. "You're not calling because you're mad. You're calling because no one else is." She went quiet. And for a second I thought she might say something, anything, real, something resembling the person I once trusted. But all I heard was breath. Then the line went dead. That was the last time I heard her voice. She didn't apologize. She didn't deny it. Because deep down, she knew. She thought she'd fired me, but I was the one who'd made the final cut. Evelyn didn't return to the company. The official word came 3 weeks after our call, a politely worded announcement about her pursuing new opportunities. There was no tribute post, no party, just a new name on the door where mine used to be, and hers briefly replaced it. Poetic. I didn't celebrate. Revenge isn't about parades. It's about balance, quiet, complete balance. And now, the scales were even. I took a small contract with a private consultancy on the coast. Something quiet, intentional, no corporate theater, no sharks in heels with knives behind their backs. Sometimes in the mornings, I check the news. I don't expect to see her name, and I don't. She's not famous. She's not feared. She's just gone, which is what happens when you build your career off someone else's foundation. Eventually, the original architect comes back, not with bricks or blueprints, but with a wrecking bar. And when the dust settles, you either rebuild from the ground up or you're just part of the rubble.